Hello, my name is Belen, and I will be doing the first half of Chapter 3 of Smartest Kids in the World. My target audience will be my speech coach, which is Araceli, and why? So first, Amanda Ripley's target audience is going to be white teachers who are reading to better teach their respective curriculum. And my target audience is once again my speech coach, Araceli. So why do these really matter? This matters at least because both of the target audience derive from working in the education field as teachers. And since my coach is also looking at the statistics of what a fifth grader is reading, she has a better understanding of how to sustain her curriculum or better fit her curriculum for her children. So it starts off with Eric coming home from Eric originally comes from one of the higher ranking high schools in the United States. He was openly gay with his family, but once he was inside Korea, he never really wanted to express himself since it tended to be a lot more conservative. And then once he made it to school, he was bombarded with crowds of admiration because it's a white kid. He met with this Canadian girl at his school, and basically they were rock stars. And unfortunately, the school had to put Eric in the lower class since the seniors were preparing for their college entrance exams. Think about it like Regina, Regina looking in. And then he looked to his left, he looked to his right, and all he could see was the classroom back at home would have looked like 30 years ago. So basically, you know how we have all these high tech, smart boards and everything. They only have chalk, a chalkboard. So I was like, oh. And one of the kids asked, have you ever shot anyone? I was like, whoa. And honestly, I think they had assumptions. And he noticed that some people were sleeping in the classroom. Honestly, I would too, Miss Araceli. I would too. And the teacher didn't bother to wake them up. Please, Araceli, let me sleep. And many students were enjoying, and once it was break, many of the students were enjoying break as if it was their own living room. How your students really tend to get along with you. And then he was told that tests were SATs, any test was their SATs. And if your scores were high, your future was bright. Soon he was exempt from the true rigors of high school, since he was actually released earlier. And the Korean students, the native born Korean students who attend there, they have to go to school again. And then it's kind of that realization, Miss Araceli, where it's kind of the real reason for their high scores wasn't because of any kind of natural born intelligence. No, it's always because school never stopped. You were never off the clock. And so honestly, I feel the most important part of this section was the fact that really it's the end part, which is that really schools never stop. Because this really explains to us the rigors of what a Korean student is pressed into in order to actually be a teacher, since it's really hard to be a teacher over there. And in comparison to the schools back to the States, or over here, this really shows something far more critical as well: leniency on standardized tests. And now I really ask everyone who's watching this, is it possible to implement the pressure cooker system into the United States? How would these reactions cause significant shifts in the education system? And with that, I leave you at this question, and thank you very much.